Your boy Zach has to be the biggest disappointment in comics, maybe other than Ethan Van Sciver, who spends his days live streaming about Eric July and crying about him while not completing his comic book. Your boy Zach, we don't know why he's not completing his comic book. He did say something last week that makes it seem like he watches this channel, because I was going off on Chuck Dixon not working with him anymore because he doesn't work on his comics and they never come out, which we covered last week in your boy Zach's last Meltdown. And in that, he started posting that he was like getting all these books. They're all going to be coming out very shortly after that. Hi, your boy Zach. Welcome to watching my channel. I know from the grapevine, just in the community of YouTubers, that the guy's deathly afraid of me. For some reason, he just is just very, very psychotically afraid of me. It's okay, Zach. I'm here to help you. If you don't understand what we're about here, we're about the culture war. And I know you're not about the culture war. You said so in your latest video. You don't want to be about the culture war. Your entire channel, unfortunately, was about the culture war. That's why everybody followed you. And I know you're bitter that nobody's following you because of that. But we still have an important culture war. And it is important. Like the way the culture goes impacts our children. It impacts their children. And we do need to actually fix the culture and change things so that it's not on this radical left trajectory where our children grow up not knowing what gender they are. And you used to understand that. You used to pick up these books and make fun of them. And you even kind of talked about it a little bit in the latest video. I almost wanted to EFAP it and actually just go over it frame by frame, because there's a lot to unpack, especially in the very opening moments of it, just about like your sort of regrets, I guess. But I decided not to, because I frankly don't want to spend the time doing that on your boy Zach. And we're just going to summarize it and talk about what he actually did and why he's losing subscribers yet again. And we're going to fight the culture war, because it is important. And that's what we've been trying to do in comics. So if you are one of those people who were disaffected because you hoped that Ethan Van Sciver and your boy Zach would actually help conservatives and Christians and try to build something with comics, that's what we're trying to do. That's what we've been doing all along. And I did not have a YouTube channel back then, so it was pretty quiet. But you were in the right place. This is the community for you. And I know those guys burnt you out. They grifted quite a bit. They caused a lot of trouble along the way. But let's build this way better than before. We can make this about comics first. We can make this about real values and actually not equivocate on this type of stuff, not do that sort of thing that they're doing now. And with this, we can actually build something that is better than Marvel and DC, and that's what we're trying to do. So please hit the like, subscribe button, join our Discord community, and get on my comics Substack, guys. I'm just posting books here, some for free, and then some as paid as exclusives. That's how much content we have coming out. I've got a ton of graphic novels. I've been able to actually release a lot more than your boy Zach, even though he's done campaign after campaign after campaign. I've been just doing it, getting the books out, getting the next one out. You'll notice I didn't have a campaign this year. It's because actually I'm waiting on artists. And unlike these guys, I don't charge you up front and then have you wait on artists and try to make excuses about things. I just wait until the artists are done. And because I think that's the best way to treat the customer. And I like the Substack model and the posting model and the webcomic model, because it just allows you to read and support me. So get on here. It's in the description below. JDA Comics Substack, super important. And I do have an online bookstore. If you do want my physical books, very easy to find. And then you can grab those right here. Thank you guys for supporting real comics and the real change in what's going on in the comic book industry. So your boy Zach made another video, and it came out about 5 hours ago. The long dramatic sigh. Now look at how passive-aggressive and effeminate this is. Long dramatic sigh. I always tell men not to post sigh at the beginning of their posts, or to post so at the beginning of their posts, because it's so effeminate and it's really passive aggressive, and that's what this guy's become. And you find out the reasons very quickly as to why he's become this and why he's become such a thing. He reminisces real quick. The villains, Joe Glass and all these people, they at least were fun because they'd say stupid things, and Eric July just kind of doesn't. It's like, well, stop spending your time on Eric July then, because Eric July is just making comics. He is not worthy of you just going off on him crazy all the time, because he doesn't do anything crazy. He's just got a kid now. Yeah, Ethan Van Sciver's streaming about him constantly, and he's just making books, and there's nothing wrong with that. Let him do it and stop being so mad. But it's about jealousy with your boy Zach. Your boy Zach thought that everybody should have recognized his genius. He should have been up there. And as you listen to the beginning of this video, you see that he, as he's talking about these SJW villains he used to have, right? he laments that he was going after them in the past, really. He's upset that he went after them in the past because he really thinks like they should recognize that he's one of them and that he deserves to be at Marvel and DC. And that's what all of his entire career has been about. If you look at it, he really thought Marvel and DC should have been hiring him because he's so talented, and then that they'd see based on his reviews that he's really one of them. And they rejected him, and then he is, of course, getting really upset with people who are actually here going, you know what, I am right-wing, I am Christian, and I'm going to make my own comic books, and I don't care, and I am going to call out the left-wing crap that's going out there because they're terrible, and that's how we're going to get attention to our books. There's nothing wrong with doing that, and that's what he was doing back. That's what he built his entire channel on, and yet he hates everybody else for doing it, I guess, more successfully than him, and that's exactly what's going on here. But he goes really mask off in a couple of moments, which is really, really funny. So Eric July unveiled that he's working with Zachary Levi, the guy who was in the Shazam movie, right? Who is a canceled actor for being a Trump supporter. Great guy, great actor, really big following, who has a deal called Nerd HQ. And Nerd HQ is like a mental health charity organization that doesn't, for once, prioritize transgender this and that. And this actually ties into his Boi Zack. Very, very funny. And so Eric July announced that this book is going to be in partnership with Nerd HQ. It's called the Ripazine Collection. It's got an extra story by Zachary Levi that is, I guess, part of the proceeds are going towards that. So this is pretty normal, and this is happening crowdfunding all the time. We've seen that part of the proceeds go to different charities. It happens in a lot of different things, and it's happened all the time. Now, he's saying Eric July is rebranding Rippaverse as like some charity sort of thing. No, this is actually a bigger deal, and it's about the team up with Zachary Levi, and this is where your boy Zach's mad. He's got a Hollywood collaborator now. Eric July also teamed up with Angel Studios to do their Gabriel and the Guardians earlier this year. He's making roads into way bigger things than comics, animation, movies. This is the type of contacts he's building with his business through doing this type of stuff. And your boy Zach is livid about it, right? Because he's seething. He can't even crowdfund a book because he's got so many books that are so late. He didn't deliver anything. Nobody approached him about this stuff, and it's all falling apart because he's just becoming more bitter, more angry, and just attacking people on his own side rather than doing what he should be doing, which is going at all the woke Marvel and DC crap. Zach, if you need content, I can help you. I've got a list of stuff. I got a whole website, fandompulse.com, and we cover this stuff right here. You go to the comics section right here, and you can go, look at this. Matt Fraction uses Batman to spout anti-police nonsense. Shazam, Zachary Levi teams up with Eric July. IDW Media Holdings reports sales decline. Another, I even forgot to do a video on this. You could have knocked Heather Antos. Like, people would have loved it. DC colorist defends fired transgender activist who celebrated Charlie Kirk's assassination. Look at this. We are all covering this stuff that you could just grab these articles and read them, and then people will like your channel and buy your comic books. It's not that hard. Okay. It's crazy. Eric July reads some of my Fandom Pulse articles sometimes on his streams, and I appreciate it. And so he's mad about this, and he's mad about a couple things. One, the conservatives, they're complaining about Marvel and DC and making money off of that. Oh, no. There's that mad. Then there's the charity thing, and the charity thing's really funny to unpack here because, again, Nerd HQ and having a little bit of charity involved in this, like, it's not like the big selling point of all this, and Eric July is talking about it a little bit. He's definitely not rebranding the Rippaverse into this. But what's interesting is your boy Zach actually went through an arc where he did some charity, and his failed very, very spectacularly, and it's quite the opposite of what was going on here. It's signaled where he's at and why he's such a grifter and how he never cared about the culture war, as he says. He was actually on the side of the left and crazy. So your boy Zach was getting attacked back in the day, if you remember, for his dark stream, and they were all saying, oh, he's anti-trans, anti-gay, all this stuff. And what he did is these guys, because they never finished their books on time, would do second chance campaigns after the first campaign ended with a variant cover, and now they do third chance and fourth chance. Ethan Van Sciver is ridiculous about this. And so it's a big grift of just trying to extract more money off of the backers and getting more money because these guys spent all the money on the book before they could even deliver it, and that's the real problem here is that they've spent all the money, so they have to open a new campaign to pay for the last campaign. That's why you can't trust these guys to deliver anything. Just buy stuff from like me and Eric July. We come out with our books. It's simple. It's way better. But your boy Zach on his second chance Iron Sights campaign. which Iron Sights is great, and I liked that book quite a bit. I actually did some editing work on that. He did not credit me for it. I'm not in there, but I went through and I did some editing work on his kind of rough dialogue in there. I don't know if what he used out of it, but I went through and I did that after the initial PDF. Long story short, never got a thanks for that. And so on the Second Chance campaign, he actually put in there, because he wanted to virtue signal, that he was going to donate all the proceeds to the Trevor Project, which is a transgender mental health for teens organization. It's a grooming organization. And he wanted to do this because Mags Visaggio was calling him anti-trans. And so he wanted to prove, I'm not anti-trans. I'm going to give my money to this trans organization. Did the virtue signal to prove he wasn't anti-trans. I mean, it was so cringe. And I looked at this back in the day. I'm like, why would people buy this and support this? This is nuts. Like, we're fighting against these people and then giving them money. This is so, like, your boy Zach's entire channel is like anti-Mags Visaggio. So let's give Mags Visaggio's favorite charity some money to like promote the crap that makes that dude crazier to begin with. It was so nonsensical, and it shows exactly that your boy Zach really just wanted claps from them and for them to cheer for him. And as they didn't, he got more bitter about it because it was apparent that his dreams were going to die. He's never going to get to do fan fiction for Marvel and DC. Boo-hoo. And so he actually did the charity scam thing, and it was a scam, and it was for an SJW organization. Now, this is the opposite. This is just a little portion of it, and it's going to Nerd HQ, which is like run by a MAGA guy. Like, like, Zach, stop, right? This is not the tack you should be taking. This is a nice thing by Eric July and Zachary Levi. It's ridiculous. Now all nice things have to be just like criticized ad nauseum. Now, he went further in this, and this is why I talked about Ethan Van Sciver and Comicsgate and what they're doing at the beginning of this, because as he talked about this, he slipped in the beginning why he does this and where his influence is and what he's doing. He actually mentions Ethan Van Sciver in attacking Eric July, and like as an onus as to why he's attacking Eric July. And he is clearly watching these trash casts, talking about it, trying to take him down, and still in contact with Ethan Van Sciver, and then, of course, propagating that type of thing as an attack on Eric July and Ripa, because of the whole Comicsgate connection sort of thing. So your boy Zach is influenced by that. That's why you see him going off on Eric July so often. If you notice, his villains now, Critical Drinker, Nerderotic, and all that, are people that Ethan feels like he was scorned by. And so Ethan is really the onus behind a lot of this. And they're just getting bitter together because both of them are failing because of their grift being so bad at this point. Now, we did lose another 100 backers. Here we are as he goes off on Eric July again. Subscribers, rather. 89.6. It's, like I said, it's close to 100 per week. And I just think the reason it's not more is because nobody sees subscriptions anymore is really what it comes down to. It's really, really sad. But you can see he's just keeping going over and over and over again. It's amazing how few right-wing talking points actually pan out. Turns out there's a completely reasonable business reason for what they did. This is about James Bond removing certain things on there. It's a reasonable business decision to make things more woke now. And he's talking about the Netflix cancellation sort of thing as well, as if it's a bad thing to cancel Netflix. It's like these people, it's like, Zach, stop. But he can't. He can't help himself because he's super jealous. Like I said, the video indicates he's very influenced by Ethan Van Sciver. That's where a lot of the toxicity against Eric July in particular comes into play. And then he's such a hypocrite because he was actually the one scamming with like a trans charity. And a lot of people forgot about that. I won't let you forget because the internet's forever. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Please hit the like and subscribe button. And also check out my comic Substack. It's in the description below. Appreciate you guys being here. We'll be back soon.